Hello all. I was watching an online Kali demonstration and I got to thinking, if I put on a black polo and a pair of workout shorts, I could be a Kali guru too. So I did. Actually, that's not the topic of my video today. Though I do have to mention that the black polo shirt and shorts, which by the way is an outfit my middle-aged father-in-law wears, seems to be the Kali equivalent of the faded black gi with more patches than stitches. My point is, it's an outfit that's used to appear legitimate. And there's nothing wrong with that. Appearing legitimate is important. People aren't going to accept what you're putting down if you don't have the look of someone who is knowledgeable. So what business does a karate student like myself have talking about Kali? Well, like Bruce Lee said, as long as a human being doesn't spout a third arm, martial arts are going to be martial arts, right? There's really only one martial art, the study of the human body and how to utilize and destroy it. So, I want to talk about a tendency in a lot of Kali videos. Now, before I preface, this is not about Kali as a martial art itself. Like I said, martial arts are martial arts. Kali has many effective strategies, many effective techniques, and many effective drills, just like most effective martial arts ought to. I'm talking particularly about the videos, typically videos of people wearing black polos, shorts, and moving very quickly. Why is moving very quickly important? Well, in a controlled environment, if I move very quickly, anything can be effective. If I'm moving at a speed of, let's say, arbitrary numbers here, 7, I can make any movements effective against my training partner moving a 4. Now, I'm using a very common argument used typically by the MMA crowd to target the traditional martial artist. So, I should preface my statement by saying, in traditional martial arts, there is a lot of crap. There is, however, crap in other martial arts circles. And so the fact that some traditional martial artists teach crap, and some Filipino martial artists teach crap, and the fact that some mixed martial artists teach crap should be no surprise, because people are flawed. They tend towards lies. In fact, if they do not intentionally pursue truth, they will unintentionally pursue lies. It is a tendency of man, let's say. But, that aside, these Kali practitioners that I see typically have very sound technique. Well, then what are you even talking about, David? Well, technique, or we'll call it tactics here, is only part of the equation. The other part is principle, or we'll call it strategy. Now, I'm going to introduce a concept most of you are probably familiar with, the center line, an imaginary line running up and down a person. Now, if I am on one side of the center line, and my attacker swings at me, it makes more sense to continue in the direction away from the attack than to pass in front of the person in a position where I can receive attacks from the other hand. It makes more sense to be in a safe position. Now, martial arts like Wing Chun prefer the trapping range. So instead of moving far to the side and then moving back in, they will simply deflect and fight in that position because they are strong there, they train there. However, Kali does it a little differently. Now, I'm sure there are some traps in Kali, but correct me if I'm wrong, most of the Kali art is striking, with or without weapons, striking the attacking limb, or attacking body part, whatever appendage that may be, and there's some zoning away, and there's a whole lot of hitting. It's hitting in patterns, it's hitting in flurries, but it's hitting, and that's good. Always be stinging, ABS, like a scorpion, drop down the neck of your shirt. Alright? That's fine. But, when you forget the core principle of Kali, where the attack comes in, you attack the attacking hand with a, I believe it's called a gunting. You attack the attack. That's a core principle of Kali. You continue attacking. That's a core principle of Kali. However, this is what I often see. They will pass an attack one way to pass it the other way, going in front of the center line. And then they'll hit. Or they will do a perfectly sound technique with their gunting going pa to the side, simply to proceed back into that zone, the center area where I can hit you with both of my weapons, or all four of my weapons, and so can you. As opposed to a zone where you're at the side, and you can hit with all four of your weapons, and they can hit with, at most, two of theirs. Now, why is this an issue? Because every human being has the same four weapons. I don't care what martial art you train in, if you are standing directly in front of something, or someone I should say, you are more likely to get hit than standing at the side of them. You are roughly twice as likely to get hit because there are twice as many weapons pointed right at you. So, why do I see Kali practitioners who are appearing legitimate, who are using very sound technique and moving very quickly against a slower moving attacker? Why do I see them using these dangerous, might I say suicidal, especially with the mindset of every Kali practitioner to always be aware of the weapon. The weapon, the weapon. You're always using the weapon, whether you have a weapon like a knife or a baton or a Kali stick. Okay, you're always aware of the weapon. You're always thinking the weapon is a possibility. The weapon is something that I have. Why shouldn't it be a weapon that they have? So, if the weapon is always important in Kali, and hitting is always important in Kali, why do I see Kali practitioners who neither respect the opponent's weapon nor utilize their own? Okay? If you're supposed to always be hitting and you're supposed to be aware of the weapon, doesn't it make a lot more sense to zone, hit, 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 as opposed to zone, zone, then hit, then hit, then hit? Now, this is a technique or a drill I saw performed in a Kali video. Is that the specific thing I'm talking about? No. I'm not talking about that specific Kali video. That's why I didn't link it below. That's why I'm not making this a video response directed specifically at that person. I'm talking about martial artists, whether you are at home watching the videos or you are making the videos. Be aware of the strategies you are employing or the instructor is employing. Be aware of what you're being taught or what you're teaching. Are you teaching something or being taught something that's going to get you killed because you're passing back and forth in front of a opponent? Oh, I'm going to dance to this side of your center line. Now I'm going to dance to this side of your center line. All the while you're not hitting? What? You're not hitting? and you practice Kali, but you're not hitting them with every step, you're not hurting them with every move, you're not disarming them or damaging their weapons with every time you have an opportunity to touch. I thought Kali was supposed to be I/stab/stab. The principle of hit more than once. Anything that's worth hitting, it's worth hitting twice, so why aren't you hitting, okay? So, you as the viewer, be aware of what you're being shown. Are they doing something that is potentially dangerous to you? Or I should say, potentially more dangerous than a more sane option. Because anytime you're fighting, it's going to be dangerous. Sure, I'll admit that. But there are points to minimize risk. One of those points is not playing patty cake with someone back and forth in front of their face while they could be swinging at you, stabbing you, or kicking you, because they still have legs too, right? So, if you have a drill that you want to do, pass it through the lens of, is this working because I'm going faster than my training partner? Is this working because I'm the teacher and I say it works? Is this working because I am a better athlete than him? Is this working because he's being nice to me? Or is this working because it actually works? There's no problem with training without hurting someone, but training while being aware that the damage is possible is something you should do at all times. There is no time you should be training a martial art where you're not fully aware of what your opponent or your attacker can do to you. So, when you sit there and dance back and forth in front of your opponent, or you do 5 techniques while they're standing still, ask yourself, did I just go from a safe position to an unsafe position, sacrificing my health to get a good technique? Good techniques are fine. Take them where they are. Don't put yourself in the line of fire to do so. And don't teach people to do it. And don't learn to do it yourself. Find a way to make that technique make sense in the realm of reality that we all exist in. So you want to zone away, then do your technique. Or if you're stuck in this position, hurt them first. Hurt them first, hurt them second, hurt them third. Don't stop hurting them. I swear. Jeez. I think people are masochists or something.